Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, I would like to begin today's program by commenting about Trump's popularity. And I see these op-ed. I saw one recently from James Baker. I've seen them from Karl Rove. I've seen them from, obviously, Mitt Romney, Liz Cheney, all these people that are so jealous of Trump's popularity. They use the phrase, you know, it shouldn't be the party of a person, it should be the party of policies, and it shouldn't be a cult of a person, so forth and so on. And this is yet another way that they try to demean and devalue Trump's extraordinary value. And I'm going to debunk it all once and for all right here for you to use. They only say that because it is Trump. What about the cult of personality around Obama? What about FDR? What about JFK? There have been plenty of presidents that were so popular they had a cult of personality, even George Washington. So, ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, when they try to knock old Trump down some more by saying this should be a party of policy and not personality, well, guess what? He combined the personality and the passion for the right policy. The trifecta, the trilogy of excellence. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, remember I say, what can they do worse next? Well, apparently it's good old apple pie. Baseball, they're going after hot dogs next. You watch it. Hot dogs, they're going after them. Actually, they probably already have, haven't they? Talked about hot dogs are fattening. You know, they're not, if you're a vegan, you shouldn't eat a hot dog. But apple pie is now racist. I read the article, and I'm trying to figure out, I don't know what they're saying, but they connected apple pie to slavery. I just want everybody to know that I will continue to encourage my wife to bake her apple pies, and I shall eat them, and I encourage you to do as well. Well, it was announced yesterday by the Senate that the feds knew all about some of these bozos, what they were plotting January the 6th. And they didn't tell the Capitol Police. Now, why would that be? Our good old feds, they never notify anything about anything they're watching. They could be watching, this is the way the FBI works. They will be watching somebody getting ready to set off a nuclear bomb in New York City or Washington, D.C., and they'll be watching them. They'll watch them. They'll watch them all the way up to like boom. You believe that? They don't tell the Capitol Police? Now, why would they do that? They wanted it all to happen. And let's face it, folks, January 6th was a joke. There wasn't anybody killed as a result of the riot. There weren't guns. They said $1.5 million of damage at the Capitol. Compare that to what went on this summer in cities across America. Well. Good old Kamala goes down to Guatemala. Kamala at Guatemala. And Mexican journalist says she voted for her. Now, I assume this Mexican journalist is an American voter. But I was like, what? What? I hope not, though, actually. I kind of hope that we find out this journalist is not a registered voter, but did vote for Kamala Harris. Maybe that's where they brought up all the votes from. They had a Guatemalan vote down there filling out ballots. They needed some more names, so maybe they passed around those mail-in ballots in Guatemala. Hunter Biden, some more texts and emails were released, and Hunter Biden is throwing the N-word around like Mr. Cool with his lawyer and everybody else. Racist as hell. Including posting a meme where his dad hugs Barack Obama and says, could I say it once? You're my, you know, unbelievable. Good old Joe, Hunter's the smartest man he's ever known. What a bunch of clowns. The Biden family are political gangster, dumbass clowns. He goes out there and talks about Tulsa, when his son is thrown around. By the way, I can say this word because it's not the N-word. We all know what the word was used for the white people wanting to be black. Wigger. That's right. They got to be wiggers. Hunter Biden, wigger extraordinaire. Nickelodeon has a drag queen, unbelievable, pro-queer, that's pro-queer, not pro-queen, Sabrina, pro-drag queen, pro-queer, pro-trans, singing songs to their kids. Sick. Sick, 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 sick. Think about it. It's almost like the American Communist 10 wants to recruit more and more gays and transgenders, feeling that, hey, that's our vote. They'll do anything. Get those votes. More hacks. Washington Post, New York Times, a lot of media outlets, and apparently 60 congressmen got hacked. I'm not going to judge it until I find out exactly who it was and why they did it. I mean, let's face it. I mean, come on. They're not our teammates. But that's going to go on and on. It's almost like the Biden administration says, hacks are part of life now. Hacks are part of life. A Long Island politician, black Long Island politician, I think it was a school board member, made a comment about the American flags on pickup trucks were quite disturbing to her. She didn't like seeing those American flags. Do you ever see American flags around any of the American Communist 10? Hell no. We need to design for them a global flag. Let them fly their global flag. Kamala claims that going down the border would be a useless grand gesture. Really? Since when did a politician run away from these grand gestures? Oh, going down to Guatemala wasn't a grand gesture? Boy, did she snap when she got pushed by an NBC reporter about, why aren't you going down the border? I don't go to Europe either. And then she laughs. Kamala Harris is a joke. She shouldn't be elected to mayor of Bellevue. No offense, Bellevue, I like you. Can you imagine if you had her as a mayor? Wendell Young. Maureen O'Connor, my favorite judge in the world, not Chief Justice of the Ohio Supreme Court, created a commission, and they decided that Wendell Young didn't have to be removed from city council because it's not affecting any business. Sanctioned. Wendell Young has been approved by a Supreme Court commission by Maureen O'Connor. Why? Because he's black. Black privilege extraordinaire. Justice Jennifer Brunner, a Democrat, former Secretary of State, is running for Chief Justice. And you know what? I don't know yet. I'm reserving my endorsement. But I tell you right now, that's a good move. I assume that she cares enough about people and quote-unquote Durrani victims a lot more than Maureen O'Connor would. Maureen O'Connor is bye, bye, bye. We got to remember, Sabrina, we got to play that song, Bye, 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 when Maureen O'Connor leaves at the end of 2022. It'll be good riddance. I'm throwing a freaking party. I need to go up there and host a rally or something for her. Wouldn't that be great? Let's throw a party for Maureen in Columbus. Claim we're going to give her some kind of an award from some organization, and when she gets in there, it'll be all the Durrani victims. I can't forget that idea. It'll work, because they'll go anywhere for an award. Individual heirs versus government. I thought about this. Isn't it interesting how all of us think about our children in our individual financial situation? We don't want to leave them in debt. We want to leave them something. We want to help them out. Think about how government works, the completely opposite for the taxpayers to come. Interesting. I came up with that analogy, and I think it's pretty good. Daily white and black interaction. I've been wanting to talk about this. I don't know about you, but I witnessed this all day long, like at Planet Fitness. Daily black and white interaction in this country, in the Midwest at least, because that's where I'm from, there isn't any issues. Everybody judges each other by the content of the character, not whether they're black or white or yellow. Why doesn't the media do a story about that? They won't, because they want that race war. The other thing I thought about, race, people being wrong, it's always race. Do you know what? People are wronged every single day and mistreated. Whites mistreat whites, black mistreat blacks. It's got nothing to do with anything about race. It has to do with their content of their character or situations or life. It's just the way it is. Smugglers. Smugglers down on the border are raking in about $200,000. And yet Kamala Harris can go down there and say the border's closed, don't come. What a bunch of phonies. See, they're the typical politician that will say anything because they know half of America and the American Communist 10 will back their play. The Biden budget refers to women as birthing people. See, that birthing people is not going to go away. They're sticking to it. It's even in the budget, birthing people. Alyssa Milano might run for Congress out in California. You know what? I had a crush on her when she was on that show. I forget the name of it, but she was so damn cute. But she's turned into a monster. Don't care for her. American airline workers. American Airlines has actually asked their workers to work for free during this busy season. What? They've asked, like, all the administrative people, the people that work behind the counter, so to speak, to help work for free extra hours during these difficult times. You think that CEO is going to work for free? Hell no. Mark Zuckerberg is a picture flying around where he's throwing spears. He's a spear wielder. He's throwing spears with earmuffs on. I mean, maybe he's listening to music. I don't know, but they look like the same earmuffs that you wear when you shoot a gun. But you can't make this up. Zuckerberg throwing spears. Maybe he's going to go try to kill a lion one day with a spear. New York City poll. 72% in New York City want more cops. See the disconnect? Oh, and de Blasio wants the ATF and the feds to help him with the crime. You believe these people create these massive disasters and they want the feds' money, the feds' help. Who elects these people? How can anybody in New York City vote for de Blasio or Cuomo? Lake Mead, you see this? Lake Mead, out by Hoover Dam, is at the lowest level in decades. There's a real water problem going on in California and good old Nevada. I like living here in Kentucky where everything's lushy green. Burger King tried to punk Chick-fil-A with an LBGT joke. And you know what I was thinking about this? Screw Burger King. Who eats at Burger King these days? Chick-fil-A kicks Burger King's ass 6 ways to Tuesday. Burger King picking on Chick-fil-A. I stand with Chick-fil-A. Fauci, he now says that the Delta variant, it's called the Delta variant. Soon we'll have an Alpha variant. You know, Fauci's so cool. But there's a Delta variant of the coronavirus that's 40% more deadly. Ooh, we got to be worried still. It's going to go on and on and on. Fauci's, it's going to be hilarious. When this is all over, what the hell's Fauci going to do? What's he going to alarm everybody about? Pro-Israel prayer group still banned from Facebook. Millions. And you can't make this up. They banned it not because of their posts, but because of their enemies posting bad stuff. So think about that, folks. You can now get banned on Facebook, not anything you say, but that your enemies say about you on your page. Does that make sense? Doesn't make sense to me. Kid Rock, he was under some heat. He's out there singing drunk, and somebody's using their cell phones, and he goes, you fags in your phones. Who cares? It's Kid Rock. Back in the day, we said everything was we called our friends fag. Just like the blacks used the N-word for their friends, we called our friends fag. Hey, you fag. Fag, 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 fag. Let Kid Rock say fag all he wants. 10-year-old Queens boy, black boy, gets shot and killed. Where are all the black leaders? I just like pointing out their hypocrisy. China bill. Boy, we had a coming together of Democrats and Republicans, $250 billion to compete against China. I don't trust it. Schumer's behind this bill. There's got to be something wrong with it. Philly had a naked bike ride. Be careful on the picture, Sabrina. Philly naked bike ride, but they still wore masks. What a bunch of clowns. A bunch of naked people with a mask on. I got to ask this question. Do any of you know somebody who's like, you heard like they get naked and have sex, but they still wore a mask during the pandemic? I mean, you know some people did. You know it. Last but not least, Bezos is going into space. First billionaire going into space. I don't know about you folks. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love to go in space, but I'm not going to go until like it's routine as flying a freaking airplane. I mean, I would never do that. So I have to give it up to Bezos a little bit, man. He's willing to go take that risk. not me. Ladies and gentlemen, American Jerry and Bulldog Nation, be sure to check out every day The Bulldog Show. Subscribe to it on YouTube. Watch it every day. Also, Bulldog Reports, Mark Hansel. We stay on top of the news like nobody else. We give out Jack Wagons and Oracle status. Like, comment, and subscribe. Be witty and wise, not plain and stupid. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday.